Hi from healthvideos A to Z.com in Bali and Singapore. Naltrexone, a 1963 New York designer medicine for heroin addiction, then used for alcohol addiction, failed due to nasty side effects. The FDA-approved 50 milligram tablets were far too strong. New York Addiction Commissioner Dr. Bihari in 1984 trialed 1 to 10 milligrams and found evening 3 milligrams was best for most people and called it Low Dose Naltrexone or LDN. Naltrexone was out of patent, so no pharmaceutical company ever marketed LDN. To cut mental and physical pain and manage our immune system, which protects our whole health, our brain and glands produce over 20 natural internal feel-good pain-killing endorphin chemicals, but sometimes don't produce enough. That results in more physical and mental pain, weak immunity, and chemical cravings. Dr. Bihari found evening LDN blocks all feel-good endorphin benefits for 3 hours, which triggers overnight 250 to 300% increased brain and gland endorphin production, so people wake high in feel-good endorphins, craving chemicals far less, and with a boosted immune system, which is a simple, safe, low-cost way to boost addicts' health and help them quit. I was a family doctor for 46 years, caring for many people with mental health and addiction problems, then had a busy drug and alcohol clinic for 5 years where my team and I treated over 5,000 alcoholics and addicts in over 40,000 consultations. We got far better results when we saw addicts early and treated their mental health problems and addictions at the same time, which is called dual diagnosis. We also found the sooner we saw a person after they developed a problem, the quicker and more easily we could help them, the more completely better they got, and the less likely they were to relapse. So I focused on developing ways to avoid waiting lists and to enable troubled people to get help earlier. And what worked best were online videos and checklists, simple self-help mind-body workouts, and powder-on-the-tongue medicines in pocket powder medicine dispensers. See the video, The Fix Suffering Early, Simply and Safely System at healthvideos.a2z.com. Despite no pharmaceutical industry support, LDN is now widely used for autoimmune diseases and cancer, especially in the US and UK, and since 2014 there have been annual World LDN conferences, and the LDN Research Trust is very active. But it's not used for heroin or addictive painkiller because even 3 milligram LDN causes horrible rapid detox unless addicts first quit those drugs for 3 days, which almost none can do. Many of my heroin and painkiller patients wanted to quit without switching to methadone or Suboxone addiction and being chained to costly, inconvenient pharmacy visits for years. One couple had been on daily methadone for 22 years at a cost of around $95,000. And in the US in 2018, $1.9 billion worth of Suboxone was sold to ex-addicts at an average monthly cost of $500 per person. So I trialed even lower doses of naltrexone from 1/8 to 1.5 milligrams. Up to 0.5 milligram didn't help, and 1 and 1.5 milligrams still causes extremely distressing rapid detox, but repeated 3/4 milligram micro-doses of naltrexone, which I called RMN, quickly relieved most heroin craving for 1 to 4 hours without any rapid detox. Craving started again as heroin levels fell further, but repeated RMN stopped it again, and after 5 single RMN doses since any heroin, double doses were tolerated. By evening, 3 LDN 3 milligram was tolerated as all the addictive drug was gone and the craving then stopped. Few relapse if they stayed on LDN for a year, always carried an RMN or LDN pocket dispenser for emergency dosing, and did the What I Want Need checklist at healthvideos.com and found and got treated the causes of the suffering that first drove them to drugs. Giving everyone LDN 3 milligrams seemed wrong, as people vary so much in weight, absorption, and excretion rates, so I started non-addicts on 0.75 milligrams and increased by 0.75 milligrams each night to 6 milligrams. That showed the best LDN doses varied from person to person from 2.25 milligrams to 6 milligrams. Compounding capsules is labor-intensive, so too costly for most people, and swallowed capsules take an hour to work, whereas powder medicine on and absorbed through the tongue works in 15 minutes. So I designed and had pocket powder medicine dispensers mass-produced, which cut LDN costs by over 50% and made emergency dosing far faster. I developed powder medicine and pocket powder medicine dispensers so people could very conveniently carry their medicines everywhere. Get a pocket powder medicine dispenser and use it like this. You can then take doses in seconds, anytime, anywhere, just when needed on your tongue, where it gives relief in 15 minutes. That cuts suffering, relapses, and the amount of medicine needed. The earlier addicts quit, the easier it is and the less harm is done, and RMN is safer than freely available Tylenol, paracetamol, aspirin, and ibuprofen. So I'm now looking for a city to pioneer RMN availability in small amounts in extended hour pharmacies without prescriptions. Addicts could then quit whenever they got the urge and see a doctor for advice and an LDN prescription by day 3. Please watch this video several times and go to its text at healthvideos.com and click on links of interest. If possible, spend 10 minutes now at healthvideos.com doing the What I Want Need checklist. The checklist instant report explains which videos, medicines, and counseling therapy most help the particular wants and needs for which you chose the highest scores. healthvideos@gmail.com have contact details for suppliers of low-priced pocket powder medicine dispensers worldwide. From international Bali and Singapore, I'm keen to pass on helpful information to distressed people and their carers anywhere in the world. Please leave comments and questions below. Best wishes and good luck from healthvideos.com and the Fix Suffering Early, Simply and Safely system.